Hey YouTube, this is my first video. I'm going to give you a back tour of the Mammut Neon 45 and the Patagonia cragsmith 45. And the reason I'm making this video is I wish there was something like this online, but I couldn't find anything, and I kind of like ended up actually buying both of them. And I actually originally bought the Patagonia, and then later decided that I wanted to move to the Neon, and I want to explain why. So, first of all, they are really awesome packs, both of them. I love it. There are some pros and cons on both of them. I'll kind of like go through what that is. So, one of the things that I've been using for backpacking for a while and cracking is the Peak Design, what is it called? Peak Design Travel Backpack, 35 liters to 45. And I really love that bag because it just does everything for travel. And it has some really awesome side pockets, but the things that annoyed me the most was the lack of top loading. So top loading is probably like one of the most important part of climbing, because it just allows you to pack so fast, and as well as to be able to backload. So obviously there are many backpack that does that. I think the alternative is the Rogue 45 as well, that can do the top loading and the back opening. And similarly, we have the Neon that can do the same thing. But one of the biggest deal breaker for me with the Patagonia, since that was the one that was going to replace my Peak Design, was the fact that it has a curved back. So you might be hard to say, but I didn't actually realize when I bought them that the back is curved. And this is really good when you have a backpack that you want to travel along for hiking, and obviously that's what you would do when you're cragging. But one of the things that I try to do is I try to go for a one back solution that covers everything. And the problem with this one is that I can't have my laptop in here. It literally does not fit. So, you can fit it in, but it is curved and the pressure on the laptop is not good. So I wouldn't recommend this for laptops at all means. Whereas the Mammut 45 here has a flat back, and basically the water thing, or the pack here that has the net, fits perfectly in my laptop with the sleeve in it. So that way it's protected, but I can still bring it forward. Okay? The other things that was a deal breaker for me, I initially thought I could survive with the hip belt being on, but after being using it for a while, basically literally for 80% of what I do, which is to bring this back to the gym, go around and kind of like travel from here to there, I wouldn't need the hip belt because I think it's just super annoying. I like the fact that the Peak Design bag had the hip belt that can be tucked into the side. So again, one of the reasons I moved over to this one is you literally have the external hip belt that you can put on, you can remove, and it just makes it so much better for traveling, you know, because I can leave this in the hotel room, I can leave it in the room, I can take it on when I need to, and otherwise I just use this for my gym bag, bring all my stuff in it and travel with it. So that was the two biggest reasons for why I moved here. Okay, the con, and I have to be honest, it's probably the one reason that this bag is not perfect. It's the fact that you don't have side pocket. The cragsmith, it has some side pockets, but I guarantee you this is gonna break. It's just a matter of time before it breaks. I can already see after some light usage that it's bulking and it's getting the elastics is getting weaker. This is one of the reasons that I just generally like Peak Design bags and their side pocket design. It's just so much better quality. This one on the other hand, completely nothing, and I haven't used it for that long, but that is going to definitely be like the only thing that I wished it had. Other than that, fit wise, it fits quite the same things in the back. I have coffees and stuff in here, drinks, my snacks and stuff, shoes, more shoes, my climbing gear, anchors and stuff like that, and then I have the rope at the bottom here. So it all fits here. It's nice and it has the big space. Like literally go watch all the other single guide that is out there. They are watching the back much better. What I just want to kind of like talk about today is just the pro and cons and the different back. The last things I do want to talk about is sizing, because I think it is possible to use this as a carry-on. It is definitely too tall, and it's probably okay for the bigger airlines where they don't comment too much, but it is quite a solid bag. Like it's a firm bag that doesn't change shape, which is a good thing. But for airlines where sizing might be an issue, and we are talking about budget airlines specifically, you might want to have a soft and squishy bag, because what it basically allows you to do is to take your jacket out, wear it on, maybe carry your ropes on your shoulder, whatever, you know, to kind of like get away with and say, oh, my bag fits in there. But you can kind of like argue that, yeah, it's kind of like carry some of the things besides yourself. So I'll just show you the side-by-side comparison, because that is a good way of kind of like seeing the small changes that you wouldn't otherwise notice when you buy the bag, or if you don't have the shop where you can go check it out. Generally speaking, I think in terms of the top part of the pack, I prefer the Patagonia. It's much more solid. It's much nicer to open. This one is kind of like dragging down, whereas the Patagonia one is, generally speaking, a better climbing bag. But for travel and to be light and flexible, this is my choice for now. Here's the side-by-side comparison. You can see here they are quite same in terms of the size, but you can clearly tell that the Cragsmith has like this much, I would say like a small height difference, and it just feels like it's a big difference whenever you are going at the limit. And again, like 45 liters, I think from my knowledge, is already off limit, because the peak design is a 35 liter and it can expand to 45. So I think 35 is an ideal size for what you can carry on, but 45, I think you can push it and you can probably get around with it with most airlines. So yeah, I hope this is helpful for anyone who is wondering which one to choose.